A lot of people were confused, like, what does this girl think she doing? Hey, can I get on your PR list? My folks was riding for me so tough in them comments. You would have thought Nivea paid me. Like, you know, sometimes in brand deals don't be coming as fast as you like. Look at me. I am living proof. Leave room for God. Hello, YouTube family, and welcome back to Vlogmas. Oh my goodness, I'm so super excited to have you guys back for Vlogmas. This is either day 11 or 12, y'all. I'm losing count because I'm back shooting content. So just bear with me, but this vlog has been highly anticipated and I'm excited to bring you guys some influencing tips, my influencing journey in transparency, and all of the things. This is a highly requested video from people that are in my community on Instagram as well. So I thought I would bring it to YouTube as a part of Vlogmas, and it's something that can live forever, okay? So if you're watching this and you have less than 10,000 followers on any platform and you believe that you can't get paid brand deals, you may want to keep watching for one, because I'm a testament to how that is actually just not true. One thing that I really love about this space of influencing and just being a nano creator is that I'm really defying the odds out here. Like, and I'm not the only one. There are multiple people defying the odds, but why I was so passionate about this space and actually showing other creators and just being transparent with my journey was because I didn't see many nano creators talking about what was possible for them. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself up for tribute and let the girls know that it's possible. So if you're watching this and you're like, when am I ever gonna see, you know, brand deals? What do I need to do? I need to see a creator that looks like me, that has had success. It's me. I don't even have 500 subscribers on YouTube yet. I think I'm at about 3,000 followers on Instagram. We're moving up to the 4,000 point, and about the same on TikTok. But all of the brand deals and questions that I'm gonna answer were way before this point. So yeah, if this is something that you're interested in, keep watching. But first, stop the video, subscribe if you have not already, like, comment, all the things. I'm super excited to answer your questions. And you can ask other questions in the comments. I don't mind doing a part 2 because this is the first time I've ever done a video of this magnitude on YouTube. So I'm super excited to share my influencing journey. So for those of you who are new here, I'm Carmi B. Smith, and I am a full-time nano creator in the Dallas, Texas area. This December marks 3 years. So I've been doing it 2 years full-time. I'm going into my 3rd year in December. So let's get right to the questions. I'm gonna pull them up, y'all. Okay, right here, sorry. Okay, so the first question that someone asked was, how and when did I get my first brand deal? So my first brand deal was with a hair company called Maven, and I'll pop up a picture here. You guys may or may not be familiar with them, but I work with this company, and it was my first paid brand deal. So what happened was I was tagging like Dallas Black influencer, Dallas Black lifestyle influencer, and that's actually, y'all. Okay, it's mesh. I don't know why looking at it on here it looked like it had a hole in it, but y'all, this is just mesh. But anyway, I was tagging, you know, Dallas Lifestyle Influencer. I got an email from them and they were saying that they wanted me to come and do one of their store openings. They were coming to Dallas, bringing one of their stores here, and they wanted me to be the influencer that, you know, brought other people in and all other things. Y'all, at the time I had 1,000 followers. So I'm like, you want me? Like, who am I gonna, like, who's gonna come on my name type of thing? Because I just started. And just a little backstory. I had signed a year-long contract with my photographer. Before I ever saw a brand deal, before I ever saw anything, I signed a year-long contract. The contract was up in July. This brand deal came in March. So just kind of to put everything in perspective, I didn't see anything for almost an entire year. I was paying $300, $400, $500, $600 a month to shoot, including hair, makeup, travel, clothes, and then the actual paying my photographer $300. So I didn't see anything, y'all. And I was in the hole, like literally was in the hole doing it. But I knew that I was gonna get a brand deal just one day. And so I knew that it would all pay off because I had high quality content. So I just say that to kind of give you perspective. So March came, they write me, I'm super excited. But y'all, like, in transparency, it was only like $100 or $200, like something around there. And I was just like, okay, like, but I was so happy to have a brand deal that I didn't care. And this was something like personal, like in store. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to bring my photographer down. I'm going to have my best friend with me. Like, we're going to make this a production. Who cares, you know? So that was my first brand deal. It was an in-store like event and I was hosting it. So they marketed me. I'll see if I can find the flyer and I'll put it up here if I can. But they had me on the flyer and all of the things. So it was super fun. However, when I was there, I met the director of influencer marketing, I believe, and she liked me a lot. She was like, I love you so much, like I love your energy, you're great, like you did above and beyond, like I want to work with you again. So we ended up working again and again and again and again. So that was my first brand deal, was with Maven. My first gifted opportunity, even though they didn't ask that, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, my first gifted opportunity, and I spoke about this on my I don't know what Vlogmas episode it was, but when I was doing my closet clean out, Dolce Vita was the first brand that I tagged when I made a post about influencing, and I'll put that photo up here. And I just got in their DMs and I was like, hey, can I work with y'all? And they ended up sending me 3 pairs of shoes. So Dolce Vita was my first gifted collaborations, and Maven was my first paid collaboration. Though Maven paid me on a lower scale initially, it still counted and I did not care. I loved it. So the next question is, how do you stay motivated with low engagement and views? So it's funny because just the other day I shared a video from my Snapchat like 7 years ago of me just sharing my life. I think how I stay motivated is because content creation is not just something that I do for pay. I'm gonna do content creation whether I'm influencing, whether I am, doing another career field, should I go back to the corporate setting, like I'm gonna forever create content because it's just in me. I love to create content. So like I like to tell my clients I tell my clients, remove yourself from the outcome. So I don't fixate myself on engagement or views. Now, hear what I'm saying, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Of course we wanna grow. Of course you want engagement. You work so hard on the content. But I'll see my dog. He don't have no respect for me. I literally create the content because I want to, and because I know that's what my audience, or the audience I'm trying to bring into my community, or my community that's already established, I know that's what they want. So that's what I create around. I stopped a long time ago because we can't control the algorithm, guys. So it's like, you kind of just got to get in where you fit in and continue to do it. Be consistent and you will see results. I just don't fixate on engagement and anything like that anymore. I don't. Of course, I want it. I desire it, but that's not the end all be all for me. Like, I'm putting out this content because it's the long-term game. Similar, sorry y'all, look, because this is a flesh tone bra, so I wouldn't even saw that. But similar to with Maven, like, and with me signing a year-long contract, like I didn't have a brand deal. I had 1,000 followers, so you can imagine I wasn't getting a lot of likes on things, but that didn't matter. I was still being noticed by brands. So I think you have to ask yourself, what's most important? Am I creating just to get a whole lot of engagement, or am I playing the long game? Do I want brands to notice me? Am I trying to build community? And when you're building community, you got to play the long game, and the return may not always look like engagement or high views. So I hope that was helpful. What's my favorite thing to do to pick myself up? I do my makeup. Doing my makeup is one of my best pick-me-ups. And I would say, yeah, like just looking good, doing my press-on nails, doing my makeup. Like, that's what I do to make myself feel good. I do it for me. Like, it's for the girls. Amen. It's for me. It's for the girls. So yeah, doing my makeup always gives me a good pick-me-up. Y'all, this little dress is trying to, what are you doing? Someone asked, what is the best advice for a content creator wanting to I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna let him stay there or if I'm gonna put him up, y'all. Comment below, what should I do? Pause the video, comment below. Would you put your dog up or would you let him stay? Anyway, best advice for content creators wanting to monetize more. I would say, for one, know what your collateral is and be consistent in that. As a smaller creator, or as a content creator, period, you need to be putting out quality content consistently. Like, even if there are times where you may do some, like, okay, I just kind of put this out there. But for the most part, people need to know you for quality content. You need to be great at storytelling. Like, people need to be bought into you as a creator and not what you do. You don't need to wait until you get a brand deal to be building community. So I would say build community, post quality content, and just be consistent and be authentic. That would be what I would say that you need to do to monetize more. A lot of people are like, that sounds cliche, but honestly, that's what brands are looking for, because clearly y'all see I got brand deals starting at the 1,000 follower mark. So it's clearly not just about the numbers. So what I would say to a creator, especially a smaller creator, is look at your collateral and be consistent in that. Okay, this question was tips for people who want to step into or build towards being an influencer. I would say just do it. Like literally just start. Position yourself as an influencer. Ask yourself, what types of content do you want to create? Ask yourself, what are people like coming to you for already? Like, are they always complimenting your outfit? Are they always commenting on your press on nails? Like, start with what you're already doing. And I would just say start. Don't be so hard on yourself on like, okay, I don't know if people are gonna receive me, because that was a big thing for me. Like, I was coming from being a business owner, like building websites, and then I decided to step into influencing and taking that serious. So a lot of people were kind of looking like, okay, like, what is she doing posing with this Nivea bottle? But you have to kind of, again, remove yourself from what people may say, the outcome, all of the things, and really just do it. I would say one tip would be, again, ask yourself, what are people already asking you? And then start to position your content. Look at other influencers on your feed that you may be inspired by and ask yourself, how are they posing for ads? What are their captions like? Like, how are they engaging with their community? What are they coming on stories doing? Are they storytelling? Are they posting links? And then literally start to do it. And you'll realize like, okay, I don't really like doing that. That's not really natural for me. I would prefer to do this. So you'll be able to streamline as you go. But I would definitely say research and ask yourself, what are people already asking you? And then literally just do it. Just start. And I would also say, tell people that you, like, be honest with people and say, hey, like, I'm looking to, start my influencer journey. And so my content may look a little different, but I hope you would support me along this journey. Like, don't not tell people what's going on. Like, tell your community, make them feel like they're a part of your journey, because essentially that's why people stay. It's like, okay, I remember when she was working corporate. Okay, now she's doing influence. Oh, she back to corporate. Now take people along the journey. That's what I would say. Tools I recommend for influencers and creatives. I recommend Canva. Amen. Canva is a software that you can use to edit graphics, do your story, templates, all of the things, text, to keep things consistent. I would say CapCut. That's what I use to edit videos. That's an editing software. Of course, the Instagram app, the TikTok app, but that would be what I recommend. Also, Feed Preview app. So a lot of people always comment on like the aesthetic of my page. I use Feed Preview app and it's free, and I basically can add photos on this app, and it kind of shows me what my feed will look like with upcoming content that I may have like in the archive. So those are a few tips and tools that I would recommend. Do I recommend building on one platform at a time or multiple? I would say this is subjective. You have to do what you feel that you can be consistent in. So for me, I can't stand somebody, and I've been this person. They'll be like, hey, I'm about to do this, and then they don't do it, or they do it for just a little while and then they fall off. So if you can only be consistent with Instagram, be consistent with Instagram. If you feel like you can take on 2 platforms or 3, do whatever that you feel that you can do, whatever you have bandwidth for. What dream do I have in this space that scares you is so big? One dream that I have in this space is like being signed to an agency. And to me, that's big because I'm a nano creator and I literally can't see my way right now. So like being signed to an agency, going on another brand trip would be one. Like being on a whole lot of beauty PR lists, because y'all, as much as I love beauty and makeup, I don't position myself as a beauty influencer, and it's because I don't want to solely do beauty. But being on some beauty PR lists would be great. Going to being invited to events by brands, like brands asking me to come to events, hosting events, like being the speaker or being the person that interviews other influencers. That's like something that I would just love to do. New York Fashion Week, being invited to the shows at New York Fashion Week, getting a dream car from a brand, brands coming in my home, shooting, like in my house, shooting, bringing all of their equipment, like that would just blow my mind. Like the list could go on, but those are a few. That was a really good question. What's the best way to get added to PR lists? You just gotta ask, y'all. You literally gotta hop in their DMs and say, hey, I'm Carmen B. Smith, lifestyle influencer in Dallas, Texas, and I create this type of content. I believe that it aligns with your brand. Are there any PR opportunities? Is there a PR list to get on? Is there a best contact that I can reach? Literally just ask. That's the way that I've gotten on literally almost all of my PR lists. My influencing journey started out with just a decision. Like, I literally made a decision that I create content all the time. Like, literally before I knew influencing was even a thing. Y'all know I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, and there was not many people doing it there at all. I mean, I think only one person was doing it at the time, and I didn't even know her when I was there. So not many people were doing it. So I literally just made a decision after I moved to Texas that I want to take content creation seriously, and I don't think I have to wait until I have 100,000 followers to do it. And that's just, I was on my bully just like that. I said that to my best friend, like, I can get these deals now. I can have community now. I can make impact in this space right where I am. And I think that's always been like my call that was my call in the space. Like, I want people to see you can take yourself serious wherever you are. Of course, people may not understand. They may laugh and think it's funny because they think you have to have a certain amount of followers to do such a thing. But I wanted to prove myself and other people, like, that's not the case, baby. That's not the case. So like I said, my best friend would always take my photos back home in Arkansas, but we wouldn't put them anywhere because I didn't have an Instagram back then either. I literally got an Instagram for my business page, and then I just got Carmen B. Smith's Instagram about 2.5 years ago. So I just created this page that I have. So literally, he would take my photos back home in Arkansas. When we moved here, I think there was a day where I was doing brand photos. So I was in a year contract with my photographer, and she was shooting my photos for my business called KBS Multimedia. So every month I would take photos for my website business and brand building business. And it got to the point where one day I took a photo with the laptop, like I kept doing that, and my best friend was like, okay, how many photos do you need with a laptop? Like, I mean, are you trying to work with Apple? Like, are you working with Apple? I don't think you need any more photos. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't think you need any more photos with a laptop. You probably should make another page and all of the outfits, because he's my stylist as well. So he would style me for my brand shoot. So he's like, all of those outfits, post them on this page and start to tag the brands. And I'm like, okay, so I started to do it. So that's when I mentioned Dolce Vita was the first brand that I got a PR, the first brand that sent me free products, I'll say. They sent me 3 pairs of shoes, and I was super excited because all I did was just tag them and ask, hey, literally, y'all, it was like, hey, can I get on your PR? No, not literally, hey, but it was so not what I would do today. But I was just like, hey, can I get on your PR list? And they sent me 3 pairs of shoes. I was like, is it this easy? Y'all, I probably had 900 followers at the time, like very, very, very small account. Like, I just was starting out. So then I had a conversation with my photographer. I'm like, hey, I know I'm shooting like photos in the studio, and I know I'm doing, more so branding photos, but now I kind of want to move into influencing. At the time, I don't think she was shooting any influencers. And so she was just like, okay, like, I was already in a contract with her. So it wasn't too much to switch, but I'm like, I want to start doing influencer shoots. I wanted to start positioning myself as an influencer. So what I did was start researching, and I looked around my house and saw what I already had. I had like Nivea, Dove soap, Neutrogena makeup wipes. So I packed all of these things up for my first brand shoot as an influencer, and my best friend and I, we went, and I'll pop some pictures up here. And that was my first shoot as an influencer. I was like, this feels good. So I had to research, I had to, story tell, but these were things that I was already doing. Like, I was already getting on my stories daily. Like, I'd already had a solid community before I started actually positioning myself as an influencer. So I remember my first post was the Nivea post, and y'all, people thought that was a campaign. Like, my folks was riding for me so tough in them comments. Like, you would have thought Nivea paid me, like, seriously. And so that's kind of how I started. And after that, every shoot I did was lifestyle content. Like, lifestyle content. I would do indoor content in my apartment. I would do outdoor content. Like, I was doing the thing. So of course, from this point on, I started to get recognized by brands, and I eventually went on to get a 5-figure deal. I got the 5-figure deal when I had about probably like 1,200 followers. It was at this point that I knew that anything was possible for the nano influencer or the creator, period, but specifically the nano creator who feels like they had to have at least 10,000 followers to get a brand deal. I was like, y'all paying me 5 figures? Are you kidding me? Like, I literally couldn't believe it. And that just made me kind of go harder in the space. And so that's literally how I started my journey. Around 900 followers, I started to position myself as an influencer. I did not care what people said about what I was doing, y'all. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I did not care. You have to understand, me coming from Little Rock and moving here, a lot of people were confused. Like, what does this girl think she doing? Why is she doing it? I was hearing it. You could feel it. People weren't supporting. I didn't care though. Like, I just didn't care. And I think that's the point that you have to get to in anything that you decide to do. You got to put your mind to it, make a decision, and you kind of got to not care. If you feel like God is calling you to a space and, you know, you feel something so deeply in your heart, you just got to do it. You got to throw your whole self at it, devour the thing. And that's what I did. And so that's how I started in the space. And since then, I've been continuing in the space. I have not, you know, I'm not at the point where I just get flooded with brand deals, but I get enough brand deals to know like it's possible. And the harder I work, the more brand deals I get. So if you're watching this, you know, I just want to start this by saying, if you're a nano creator, smaller creator, and you don't think it's possible, look at me. I am living proof that you can do anything you put your mind to. You can get the big dollars from brands right where you are. You just have to apply yourself. Know your collateral, know your value, create consistently, build a community, and literally you'll be surprised. And also leave room for God. Like, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and I know none of this would be possible without God's hand on my life. I understand that I'm favored. I've always been favored. God has always, you know, blessed me in ways that it's just, people would just be like, why or how? Or they wouldn't even believe it unless they saw it. So I keep God first. He is supreme in my life. I literally honor and thank him for all things. But aside from that, I partner with God on the work. So it's like, okay, God, I know you've called me to this space, but I'm going to partner with you on what I think you've called me to do. And so that looks like recording 5 or 6 videos in one day, batch shooting, signing a year-long contract before you ever see a brand deal. You know what I'm saying? I was putting out $600 minimum a month between the clothes, the hair, the, you know, just all of the things, the travel, the makeup, all of that. Not seeing not one brand deal. My family and everybody like, you crazy. Why? What are you doing? You taking pictures because you think you cute? Yeah, I think I'm cute, but I'm not taking pictures because of that. I'm not hiring a photographer because of that. I see longevity in this space, and so I just literally applied myself. So that's how I started the journey. I did, you know, it's hard. I go back to work. Sometimes I go back in corporate. I am, you know, degreed. I do have a degree in broadcast journalism and PR minor. So I do have to go back to work because, you know, sometimes in brand deals don't be coming as fast as you like. But I know that this is a space that I want to give my time and attention to. So this is something that I don't ever see myself not doing. And again, before I even knew there was possible to get paid, I was already doing it. So you kind of got to already be doing it before you get paid to do it. And we've heard many influencers say that, but it's literally true. Before I got my first brand deal, I was already hopping on stories on the daily. People were always asking me about how I do my makeup, where I get my press-on nails, who does my hair, where I get this outfit. Like, these were things people were hounding me for in the DMs. So when I started to like work with brands, they were just kind of like, it makes sense. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is a little bit about my influencer journey. I could definitely go into more details. So if you have any other questions, comment them down below. DM me on Instagram. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe if you like this video or you like this type of content. Comment below what your favorite part was. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. See you later.